ahead with questions for Gonzalo.
Just to get the personnel out of the way, are Almada, Sosa, Ibarra, Hyman, and Morini out for Saturday?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone else out?
Well, Ibarra is also in the process with visas, and I think that's it. Yes.
Okay. With Araujo's injury, have you settled on a right wing back or a right winger for this game? And I know you take it game by game, but do you want to give someone consistency in that position because you also like that?
Yes, I mean, yes, we made a decision on who's going to play for Araujo in that position. Unfortunately, he got that injury, and obviously, it wasn't part of the plan at all. And Araujo is a great player for us, and actually, he ended up the game scoring a fantastic goal. Uh, but I mean, we're going to miss him for sure. But my policy is always next man up, and I trust in everyone, and the next guy is going to do fantastic, and that's my expectation.
And who would that right winger be?
You will see on Saturday.
The weather's supposed to be awful on Saturday. Does that factor into your tactics during the game?
Not really, not in the tactics, but yes, a little bit in the game plan maybe. Just to understand the circumstances and try to adapt quickly to anything different from what we used to do. But other than that, I mean, I think we're gonna play the same style that we try to play, and it's just little adjustments here and there, but nothing dramatically different.
How has Brooks Lennon looked since he got back and was able to resume training? I know he got some minutes against Sporting Kansas City and put in a couple of good crosses.
Yes, he's been good. I mean, it almost looked like he missed the whole preseason, so it's hard at times to manage timings and stuff with that when that happens. But we will see. He's good. I mean, we know his quality in the final third, the type of runs he makes in behind. He was 1v1 against the goalkeeper in the last game just because he has that pace to run it behind. And he can play multiple positions as well. So I think that's something good from him. But I mean, there's a lot of competition around the team. Like you see, Ronald Hernandez, for me, he had a fantastic game as well. And then Brooks comes and impacts the game a little bit there. So it's a good problem to have when you have two players like Ronald and Brooks competing for a spot. And then whoever is better is going to play.
Colorado had a tough go of it in their first game. But what do they do that can hurt a team?
I think they are very good at running behind the back lines. I think they are a very intense and a very fast team. They have very fast players in the attack. They have fast wingers and the back line of three that they play is pretty effective in the build-up. So they have a lot of different shapes with different types of players. Like you can play Luis or Barrios outside, and then or like the last few games with Mark Anthony Kay and Max, and it looks different. Some of them they play more on the flank, more inside, and they create problems on that regard. But overall, I think the work ethics for the whole team is very high. They are very intense. They all chase. They all press. So it's a very difficult team, even though the last few results haven't been in their favor, but I think they played better than the scoreline says. So we are prepared for a little bit of a battle against a very good team.
And after reviewing film of y'all's game, what did you think that y'all did well that maybe you didn't mention in the post-game press conference, and what needs to be improved?
Well, obviously the set pieces is something that we need to improve on. I mean, especially the defensive set pieces. We need to. There are little adjustments, I would say, nothing major that we're panicking at all. But obviously there are some adjustments that we already did this week, and things that we did well. I think the balance between playing in between the lines and getting behind. I think we're getting better understanding on that, and the rotations in the midfield that create some gaps to then playing behind. I think that the pressure that Kansas put on us the last game probably it was very good. I read somewhere that it was one of the best pressures in the league in this week. So we were not able to really play out from the back in the way that we really want to do. So that needs a little bit of an improvement. But at the same time, I felt that we were very good at recognizing the times to running behind. And that created a lot of problems for the position. And I think that's something that we need to continue to do.
Coach, obviously you guys go through all the preseason, all the practices. Of course, then you finally down the field, you can finally see some things that maybe you didn't notice while you were in practice. Maybe some of the biggest takeaways in that direction. Now that you've been able to come back to the field as well and readjust to that.
Well, I think yes, some of the things is always good to see that what we just did in the preseason is working, and the players are with that belief in the things that we train are reflected in the game, and obviously we always reflect after the game and try to correct certain things, and then we put new ideas for the next opponent, and that's always the process that we follow, and we as coaches and I would say as an organization we believe in the process that we are putting in place. So hopefully we continue the improvement and we continue seeing good performances on the field.
Winning builds confidence, and it's only early, but you start to accumulate some wins and some good play. That can be contagious, and guys can start to feel pretty good.
Yes, for sure. I would say yes, winning, but also winning in the way we want to win. It also kind of gives you more credibility on the ideas that we are trying to put in place. So I would say that it's still very early, super early in the season. It's the first game, so nothing to make a party or anything like that. I think it's just the first good result, and then we just need to continue with the process and trying to go game by game and trying to get that result just for the next 3 points and fight for those till the end, and then we will see after.
I asked Brooks, y'all had a good response when Sporting Kansas City scored that goal. Last year, that was a bit of an issue for the team. Is this, and now you're going on the road, a very, very tough place to play in tough conditions. Is it kind of a chance to set down a mark for y'all? It's just a sign that we're not last year's team.
Yes, I'm happy with that. You're right. The mentality of the team. We talk about that in the film a little bit about the reaction after their goal, and it was certainly a mental problem. It could have been a mental problem because the last few minutes of the game and they scored the goal, and then suddenly a dark cloud can come around the stadium, and I think the players they just manage that okay. They start to connect passes and to have a little more possession, and then obviously the third goal from Caleb just finished the game. But I think the reaction overall was very good, so I was pleased about that, and I think that's a testament of the resilience of the team. And what we learned from last year was basically how to overcome adversities. And I think the team, the players did fantastic on that regard. And we just need to continue with that process of whatever happens on the field or whatever adversity we're going to face, the weather, the field, the opposition, we have to find ways to win. We need to find ways to win and to get the next 3 points.
Coach, you mentioned the competition with certain positions. What does it say about this team's depth that you can lose an amazing player like Luis for a couple weeks and still have lots of options?
Well, it's for me, it's kudos to the front office that they are putting a very good squad for us. So I'm very happy with the squad that I have, and that's what I always tell the players. Everybody's important. Everybody is vital for this team, and everybody provides some uniqueness to the lineup. So yes, we're going to lose some of the exciting left foot inverted winger that we have when we put Araujo on the right side, and his skills, his pace in transition, his goals, his assists, but we're going to miss that, but we're going to win other things with the next player that comes up, and he's going to give us some other attributes that are going to help the team. And that's how I look at these opportunities to see all the players and to make them feel valuable, and they all contribute to what we are going to achieve at the end of the year. So for me are great opportunities, and that shows that the whole coaching staff believe in all of them, and whenever is their chance they're going to take it and they're going to do just well.
Have y'all been told yet when those guys are coming back from Argentina?
Not yet. Unfortunately, we are relying on other persons to do this, and the embassies and the timings for them. Taking days off the last week, probably 4 days off last week, and that doesn't help us. But I mean, they will come whenever they have to come, and we will adjust, and we will wait for them. And once they are in the system, and once they are with us, we will help them to regain fitness and to be available for the next matchups.
Are they working with anybody down there, a trainer or anything, to stay in shape and stuff?
Yes, okay. They are. We actually sent Ricky, one of our fitness coaches. He spent the last week with them, and I mean, we are in touch with them, and they're okay.
Profe,
Yes.
una pregunta.
Sí.
Este partido pasado fue la tercera o cuarta vez que Tyler Wolf inicia como un titular. ¿Qué nos puedes decir sobre su rendimiento y qué ves en el futuro para él?
Ya, yo creo que Tyler hizo un grandísimo trabajo. Algo que me gustó mucho fue que trabajó en los dos sentidos. Trabajó ofensivamente y trabajó muy bien defensivamente. Y algo que ayuda mucho de Tyler es sí su capacidad técnica, los momentos donde se encuentra entre líneas, pero también que es capaz de estirar al rival con esas carreras a la espalda. Creo que eso fue algo muy valioso, que me gustó mucho de Tyler y que todavía es muy joven, obviamente, y viviendo al futuro tendrá que ir ganando minutos, tendrá que ir ganando experiencia, sumando partidos para que pueda ahora ir al siguiente nivel, que es impactar el marcador. Es un jugador de ataque, tiene que producir asistencias y goles, y eso es lo que sigue para Tyler, y creo que va en el camino adecuado.
Y otra pregunta. Atlanta no ha jugado contra Colorado desde el 2019. Tú, como asistente auxiliar en Seattle, jugaron varias veces. ¿Has traído ese conocimiento para el equipo? ¿Cómo los has preparado para eso?
Sí, un poco. Creo que nos tocó escautear a Colorado bastantes veces en mi tiempo con Seattle y sé cómo juegan. Es un estilo que me gusta mucho porque son muy dinámicos con la pelota. Todos tocan y mueven, todos siempre están en constante rotación, en constante movimiento y eso los hace bastante difíciles. Y obviamente que ha pasado algunas cosas. Rob, Diego, Eugenio están a cargo de esta parte del escauteo del rival y ellos han traído sus propias conclusiones, pero individualmente conozco muy bien a Colorado. ¿Sí? Ok. Gracias.
Brooks, we haven't got to speak to you since you left for the U.S. camp. How did the injury happen, and what was it?
Yeah, it's just something that I've been dealing with for a little while now. Kind of just a maintenance thing and a little bit of a bone bruise on my left ankle, but it's all healed up now.
Okay. How do you heal that up? I don't have
Just rest.
Oh, just rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Pineda mentioned you as a possibility to play in place of Araujo at the right wing up there after last week's game. Is that a position that you're comfortable in, and what is the difference between that and wing back and full back, which you also play?
Yeah, it's a position that I feel very comfortable in. I've played my whole youth career at winger, so I feel very confident and comfortable there. And it's a little bit different than playing right back or right wing back. You're obviously starting at a higher position and moving into areas where you normally wouldn't move if you were playing at right back. So it's fine for me. I feel comfortable there, and wherever the coach wants me to play, I'm willing to do.
Do you feel like you've kind of caught up to the tactics and everything since you had to miss so much time while you were with the camp and with the injury to what Pineda was trying to put in?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't miss too much time. I was with the boys the entire time throughout preseason and every meeting and every single training session. So, I'm fully aware of Gonzalo's tactics and what he wants from the team. So I'm caught up.
The weather on Saturday is supposed to be just awful, like a high of 38, 50% chance of rain. Does that affect y'all's tactics? How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, it's tough to prepare for tough weather conditions, but I think this is a team and a group of guys that's willing to get a win no matter what the conditions are or the circumstances. Obviously, we have a lot of injuries right now in the team, and we look at the result we got this past weekend. With guys filling in roles and putting great performances out on the pitch. You saw Dom Dwyer come in, signed last minute with us, comes into the game in the first half and scores a goal for us. It's so big. But yeah, I think this is a gritty group, and we're going to go down to Colorado no matter what the conditions are and look to get 3 points.
Do you have any personal things that you do to try to keep warm? I know some of the guys have said they will put like hand warmer things in their gloves and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, depends how cold it is. Me and Miles were just in pretty tough conditions in Columbus. So yeah, I think we're used to it a little bit, but yeah, just try to put as many layers on as possible in warm-ups, and then hopefully you're warmed enough to go out there and play the game at normal, feeling normal.
Yeah, that looked miserable.
Yeah, it was cold. It was very, very cold, yeah.
You touched on it already a little bit with Dom, but what does the team chemistry feel like with these new additions that were acquired in the offseason?
Yeah, he's been great for us. Dom's a guy that knows the league. He's scored a lot of goals in the MLS, and he's just a good guy to have in the locker room with the experience that he has. So we're lucky to have him, and I'm hoping that he has a successful season.
There are quite a few positives out of that game. Y'all were able to, when Sporting Kansas City got that one goal back, y'all were able to go down and get another, which was an issue at times last year. Now you're going on the road in a tough place because of the weather and the altitude. Is this a chance to kind of set a mark for the rest of the season?
Yeah, we're looking to get as many points as possible. Our 3 goals this year were to win MLS Cup, win Supporters Shield, and win U.S. Open Cup. So to win Supporters Shield, you got to get as many points as you can. And there's going to be ups and downs during the season. There's going to be times when teams score on us, and we need to bunker down and make sure that we carry out and finish out a game, because that happened a lot last year where we didn't see out games, and now we're really focused on doing that this year.
Battling games with less players and just injured guys not here on beat. So what does that do to the confidence? You guys obviously shows the depth of this team, and that anybody can step in and fill that role too, don't you think?
Definitely, yeah. The depth of this team is really good. We have so many guys that can fill in so many different positions. And yeah, you saw the 3-1 victory that we had against a good Sporting Kansas City team. And we've got guys out. We've got guys trying to sort out paperwork issues and things like that, and we stuck together, and I think that's very positive for us to have that in the first game of the season. It really builds confidence in the locker room, knowing that we have so much depth and so much quality around the field.
Does it help going out a couple days early? Not only the time change, but the altitude, just to kind of get familiar?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's important to go out there today and get accustomed to the weather and the altitude. Get a training session in there tomorrow. Feel the air, and then get ready for 3 points on Saturday.
Do you notice the difference when you play out in there in that atmosphere?
I do, yeah. You feel the altitude a little bit, so we need to be prepared for that. And like I said, we have depth. We have so much quality in this team, so we're going to Colorado with full confidence in ourselves, and we're ready to play.
You were one of Atlanta United's most consistent guys last year. How are you looking to build off of that for this season and contribute to the team?
Yeah, last year was a great season for me here in Atlanta United, and I'm looking to build on that. I want to get more numbers for the team this year. I do want to be one of the most consistent players again. That's what I pride myself on being, is a guy that can the coaching staff can count on to do his job, and work hard for the team to get as many points as possible this year. So I'm looking to get my assist tally up this year, and get my personal best, and obviously any chance I get on goal, hopefully I can score some goals to help the team.
And you'll be wearing them for the first time on Saturday. What are your thoughts on the Flores kit?
Yeah, they're really cool. I'm excited to bring those out on Saturday, and I know the fan base at Atlanta United loves them, so we're excited to wear them.